Hello everybody, this is the top-down analysis for the next week. It looks pretty good for the next week because we had a Friday that had a lot of trend momentum. So the week closed with a strong trending day, and we might get a good start early next week. So let's have a look first at the euro dollar. Well, we didn't see that momentum in the euro dollar, but we saw it in some other pairs. Now let's have a look here at the euro dollar. What it did, well, it's still struggling to go through here this top run level. We had this bullish rejection bar, like that's a hammer, right? And well, that brought us back into the 21, and now it looks like, well, it wants to go, well, have another test to break lower. We've got a really nice stop run level, right? These pronounced levels that are very obvious that traders see. These are great stop run levels. This one and this one, and we're getting approached here. Well, we saw it before, right? So we can just move this area. So it looks like we are going for the option B, right? Trying to break to a new low. If we can, well, then we will enter into the vacuum space, and we might be drawn. Like this downtrend might actually accelerate, meaning we might get a few big red weak bars. Well, that would be a very nice market environment for building pyramids. Now let's have a look at the euro pound. So the euro pound, well, it has actually built here an S1 pattern on the 240. We can see it nicely how it tests the 21, so that's bullish. So that's an S1 pattern within an S1 on the monthly chart. Well, this has just come back and retested the flat, right? So it has not yet developed momentum, but on a probably not for next weeks, but for the weeks to come, we've got a nice series of stop run levels here, and then the opportunity to break out of this oval sideways. Next one, the euro Swiss. Well, here we had some excitable price action event, right? On this last day of the week, Friday, we've got this strong sell-off. It was actually based on an S2 pattern, right? And we saw it to break through. Well, these are stop run levels, and we saw it to break to a new low. It's nice to see how the day actually closed beyond this resistance levels, and it even closed beyond the 95 big number. Well, that is basically, well, that's confirming. Well, it's confirming that this pullback, right, looks like to be over, and now we're basically going for the next stop run level, and that would be a very important thing to happen, right? This is a new all-time low, very important level, and therefore a very big stop run level. So we might actually see how that gets approached. I don't think this will be Monday, Tuesday. Maybe that looks rather like Wednesday and Thursday, because we are overextended, right? And that overextension needs to get digested. So we might actually pull back, we might form a pattern, right? And see what comes out of it. So clearly bearish confirmation here. So the Australian dollar shows weakness across the board here against the US dollar. Well, we had talked about that before. If it breaks low, now we've got a lower, now we've got a level, right? This is this level. It has just testing this level. It's closing here basically, right, on Friday. Well, now if we break this level, another special level, right? If we break this level, then we should continue with further bearishness, and that looks really good, right, to go short. Why? Well, we're not overextended. This is a volatility contraction, right? And there's a stop run level right here, and not too far away, so it acts as a magnet, and price could be drawn. It could be within 1 week, right? One big weekly red bar, similar to such a bar size, could bring us to this low and could even break lower. Looks very bearish and a good chart to trade. Here the Kiwi US, I mean the Australian dollar and Kiwi are correlated, and we see something similar happening here on Friday. We are approaching very important levels, so it looks like it wants to break outside of this channel to the bottom, and we've already marked that, right? The bulls have tried to go higher, like leave the channel to the upside twice, well, against the 21, right? So the 21 is resistance. Second trial going even higher, couldn't go higher, well, then the bulls get completely demotivated. So now the bears take over, and that's a really nice stop run level. It's a double level, right? This one slightly lower is another one. So if that level falls, well, again, very similar. We might quickly move to a level lower, right, which is then the 56 and the last lows level. Nice again here. We're in a volatility contraction. We have come back to the 21. Basically fulfills one of the requirements, right, for a big move to happen, and that looks quite bearish. Another special level to watch early in the week. So here's the US Swiss, so that's a bit different, right? What we had seen here is this big move within this overall downtrend, this big move beyond the 21. So now the question is the 21 support, or is this still a test, right? And it bounces back like as strong as it bounced up. You can imagine that the move to the opposite is as strong or even stronger, right? So it could actually go down like this. Well, the question is, 21 now is support, right, within this overall downtrend. Well, is the support stronger, or is the trend strong? And currently as well, we're sitting on the 21, so it's undecided, right, for the time being. And here our special level basically is to break this low, which would then mean as well that we are below the 200 in the 240, but as well below the 200 on the daily. The thing is, if we pull back really strongly like this, well, suddenly we've got resistance in the way, right? 21, 200, 200. But it gives us as well a good signal. I mean, if the bears are strong to go beyond the resistance, like to break lower, well, it's basically a failure to fail, right? So then it basically tells us that there's a lot of bearishness, and there would be another signal, right? I mean, here, then we've got a lot of room to go. These are stop and levels, not big ones, but still they are. This one, this one, this one, and then down here. So we've got the potential here. That's a snap back to moving averages, going well beyond, overstretched, right? Basically to the maximum. But it was coming up and testing the big number and the prior price action, and we could actually bounce now like a rubber band bounces off. We could bounce to the bottom. In no way I would like to go long here. Let's have a look at some at the yen pairs. The yen looks like it's getting stronger, and I'm a bit cautious now, especially with the US yen, because we have this intervention level, right? Well, this is an S1, not a very good one, right? We've got white space, but it is an oval sideways, close to an intervention level. So, well, basically the name of the game is here, well, wait, right? See what happens. If we break to a new high, well, if we leave this oval sideways, and we mentioned already that this is another S1, not a nice one, right? Not tradable, but still it's an S1. If it can break to a new high, well, we could see a rush, right? That then breaks this stop and level here on the weekly. So wait to see this special level to be broken higher. Now let's have a look here quickly through the other yen pairs. Well, we are seeing yen weakness. Well, it's rather a Swiss strength, right? We've got the Swissy strong across the board. This is a type of an S1 here, right? Not tradable because the stop is too big. It's not a low risk idea, but we are touching the 21. We could see more Swiss strength, and this is the target, right? We've laid out before last week, I think, or 2 weeks ago. Odd yen here, well, Australian dollar shows weakness across the board. This is now here in a range. Well, this was a special situation that we had this rounded bottom, right? And we are saying, hey, these are stop and lows. You could actually see this accelerate. Well, it did break this level. It came close. Well, it came to this, it broke the first level. Then it broke after a pullback the second level. Then it tried to break through the third level. Well, then it basically failed. So, right, so we see sudden yen strength here. Big move, right, breaking to a new low, and now pullback, lower high. Well, let's see what happens next week. If there's if it's a week of yen strength or continued yen weakness, I think it will have a rest, right? I don't think we see immediate yen weakness or that prices go go bullish again. We might go sideways. I don't see this drop too much lower because we're already sitting here at the 21 moving average. So we might see a week of yen strength, right? We've seen some yen strength here as well. That was a sell-off, and then kind of a technical reaction as it's sold off beyond the 21. Now the Kiwi yen, again here we see a yen strength, right? Could not develop follow through, right? This is not a stop run move, it's too short. It actually tried to run it, then it tried to break the big number, it could not, try to break it the second time, well it could not, then it's selling off. Well, yen strength, and we might see continued yen strength for the next week. Let's have a look here at the pound yen. So here it looks rather like yen strength. To me, it looks like we're going to come back to the 21 once more as the moving averages A21 have gotten inflated. Right? That's a volatility expansion after this big move, stop run move to the stop run levels here. And let's have a look now at the monthly because it's interesting. Again, here we could actually see a further consolidation down. So not too interesting for the coming week. So the yen pairs is kind of there's diverse picture, right? For some of those there seems to be yen strength. For others there is it might be a pause week. The only one that looks bearish for the yen is the Swiss yen because the Swissy is so strong. Now let's have a look at the at other Swiss pairs. So here as well we had this Friday sell-off, right, based on an S2 here, nicely selling off, pulling away from the 200, and well, we can actually say that this pullback is complete, right? Nice test of 21, looks very similar to this one, right? Small bar after test of 21, after test of 21, that's clearly bearish, and we're basically shooting for this level, right? Stop run low, that acts as a magnet, and well, let's see now. We've got two stop run levels, this one here, and the real action should actually start, like the acceleration that might lead to an exhaustion to the downside is when this level breaks, and this is a big number. Let's just mark it. This is a big number as well, the 56. Let's have a look at another Swissy here as well. Swiss strength coming in right after this up move. Again here, nice test of 21 and pulling beyond, right? And it looks like, well, this was only a test of 21 because we are already on the other side of 21. And we are on the other side of the 200 and the 200. And now again, well, we've got this vacuum. We might actually drop right into this area. We've seen that last week already. And this might materialize. There's enough room to go to take a trade on a lower time frame. And then, well, this is what we call a range play, right? We've got this range, which is sufficient to make it a break-even trade or a winner. And then, well, then there's the potential even to break to a new low with the potential to develop it into a swing trade, right? Going into the next target area down here. Now the pound Swiss, well, that might be the most excitable event because we've been waiting for this, right, for quite some time. Here on the last day, Friday, we had this excitable move down, breaking this S2 level. Well, that's an S2. Well, it's an S2 daily, right? This consolidation, which is this one, within an S2 weekly, and this is a confirmed breakdown, and with stop run levels here. Well, this is why we got this big red bar, right? So now it opens up again here, vacuum space, right? Free fall territory down to these magnet levels, big stop run levels, coming from. Let's see, what was that? Well, this big move, I still have this error from back here. Well, that comes from breaking the Corona spike low, right, from March 2020. and that's basically that's purely technical, right? This reaction down, and that's a stop run move, and then it comes back and then it tests this. I don't remember this one here, not that important. Well, these are both stop run levels in any way, in any case. Let's have a look now at the Australian CAD. So the Australian CAD as well, here we're at an important level, right? We still have not broken to a new low. Well, this has tested to break to a new low. So now we've got an even better level. Now if this breaks, because this is this big low, well then we have a good chance that we actually continue into the target area, right? Which is this wick corona spike low plus a big number here. Let's just mark it. Again, free fall vacuum, right? We might get here a series of bigger red bars, and that's an opportunity for, well, not only for a swing trade, but for building pyramids on lower time frames. So we might see, well, we cannot say when because it's a monthly chart, but we might see a couple of really busy weeks here to come. As we've seen with other pound pair, we saw pound weakness. Well, here we see actually pound strength because the Kiwi is so weak, and the Kiwi has, well, overall we're in an uptrend, right? But the Kiwi here, well, we've broken an important level, this one, so that's bullish. We're in a very strong trend, and we've just put in, that's on Friday as well, it's a Friday move, right? So we had some excitable price action event. Well, that's an S1 pattern. And well, let's see what happens next. This is a clearly bullish chart. Now let's have a look at the new Kiwi Swiss. Well, this was the one we were saying, hey, it would actually be good to get a pullback, right? Pullback to the 21, because when you get a pullback to the 21, we didn't have any here. When you get a pullback to the 21, well, that actually allows for good follow through to the downside. We didn't get here. And then basically the trend was petering out, that like the forces to pull back and test the 21, and we're getting stronger and stronger. Well, we got it here. There was a snapback. It pulled even beyond the 21. It pulled into this resistance area, right? Really nice to see. And then now it's turning around. So it looks like, okay, well, this satisfies a pullback. Well, let's take this out. We don't need it anymore. It's a very healthy pullback. And we see nice big follow through, and that shows the strength of the bears. So overall, what we see is a strong dollar overall, as well as a strong Swissy. Potentially, we see for a week or two a strong yen, and we see weakness in the New Zealand, the Kiwi, and the Australian dollar. So I'll have that in the back of my head for next week.